Hey everybody, Roman versus with the Squashfest podcast and my co-host.
Sleep deprived, lubricated, and anxious. It's the boy Harm.
Lubricated is crazy.
You just saw me take.
No, I understood. It's just
I had to do that before it started. Before we started.
That's just crazy. So this show was so hilarious while not trying to be that I took notes on.
Oh God! Oh, this is gonna be a first. Okay, do you want to do the notes in the segments, or do you want to start from the top and just give me with the bullet points?
No. We'll go through. I'll hit you with my notes as we go. But one thing I know you're not going to touch on that I have to mention here: Kit Wilson got his first SmackDown entrance.
No, he's had entrances before.
I've never seen that guy enter the building before with the SmackDown, the music.
You've never seen his Tron?
No. Not an entrance coming to the ring. Entrance when the superstars are showing up.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, no, he's never done that.
Yes. So he got his first one last night. Why this man? First off, he took the album of what's his name? Jelly Roll, throws it on the floor and uses it as a mat to wipe his shoes. But the thing that stuck out the most to me was the fact that it literally said Kit Wilson, but in the Hannah Montana graphics.
I love Kit. Kit Wilson is
with the glitter and everything.
Kit Wilson is amazing, bro. He's carrying this right now. So we'll get into
that. Brings me to my next point, but I could mention it later. But my point is that he's doing such amazing work right now, and he's being utilized to such an extent. What happens when his partner comes back?
Oh, you got to keep them separate. I don't want them in a tag division. I want Kit Wilson. You're not going to put a title on Kit Wilson. Let's just get that out the door right now. Yeah, you don't need to. He's right now doing SmackDown. It's weird now, right? Because you have Kit Wilson.
Yeah.
You have R-Truth. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
On SmackDown.
Yeah.
When I thought him and Priest were Raw guys. Maybe they're SmackDown guys. I don't remember.
They're both SmackDown guys.
They're both SmackDown guys. Okay. You have R-Truth. No, I know, but I could have sworn for some reason R-Truth was a Raw superstar. Maybe that's when he was facing Cena. He was on Raw.
Yeah, he was like showing up on both.
Yeah, okay. And then you have Danhausen and The Miz. SmackDown has so many comedy acts on their show. It's insane.
Yeah. You're not wrong. But yeah, that was just my first note. You can go now.
All right, so the show kicks off, and this is where the show it jumps the shark for me if you're a Happy Days fan and you understand that reference. It show jumps the shark. Everybody's doing their SmackDown entrances. And as Jelly Roll's making his SmackDown entrance, you see all of the security running by Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
And there's just a car wreck. And then you see Drew McIntyre get out of one of the cars, jump on the hood of the other car. And this is the worst broken glass I've ever seen. Because he pulls the broken glass off the broken windshield like off the car.
He literally
scrunched it didn't like shatter it. It was just like plexiglass that they broke, and it was like ridiculous. I'm like, what kind of glass is this? At least AEW tries to make real glass or whatever with the Jack Perry CM Punk issue with the real glass. But it was like, what the hell is that? He pulls Jacob Fatu out, starts beating down Jacob Fatu. And I don't know if when they panned off, Jacob Fatu cut himself, or they said, all right, really punch me in the head and bust me open, because it looked like Drew was actually hitting him with knuckles to his forehead. Yeah. So Jacob starts bleeding. They pull him off, and then Drew gets into the arena. And then Drew gets into the arena. He basically says it's everybody else's fault. Like he said, I wanted Cody. I wanted that. So before he even really starts, Nick Aldis comes out with security. And Nick is like, you're the most self-sabotaging superstar of all time. You were champion. You had everything handed to you, and you cost yourself everything. And then Jacob Fatu comes out, and I guess they super glued his head shut because it stopped bleeding. Because Jacob Fatu comes out and the two guys fight, and they fight off to the back. Jacob hits him with the splash. They fight to the announce desk. He gets on. Drew lays on the announce desk, and then Jacob hits the splash, and he kind of landed on Drew's face.
Which was that was my second note. He definitely landed on Drew's face with his elbow because he busted him in the mouth.
He dropped it in the mouth because blood. Drew was exactly. Like he kind of landed on Drew's face because when he lands, Drew's not selling gut. Drew's like this the entire time. Yeah,
he got busted in his face.
So that was the first segment of SmackDown. And from that point on, we should have known what kind of SmackDown this was going to be.
100%. That was the indicator.
Because later on in this show, we'll get to that. I think it's the when Matt Cardona is talking to Nick later after Randy hits him when Drew and Jacob start. No, it's the MFT segment. It's the MFT segment where Drew and Jacob run in the back and start fighting again.
Yes. Okay,
that's later. Just what the hell? There's a lot of backstage segments. I'm going to get a lot of stuff confused in this show.
Yeah, I got you.
So then we are our first match of the night, and it's the MFTs versus Damian Priest and R-Truth. It's fine. It's a fine match.
This was a fun match. You're wild.
This was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Truth is always fun.
Nah, but he was hitting a lot of the classics. This guy can move for his age. Not for nothing. Like he really can still move. He did like a spinning thing. He hit the split when he was gonna get clotheslined. Like, nah, my man gave it his all.
Truth has won championships in his 20s. In his 30s, in his 40s, and now in his 50s. This man has won
the most decorated champion they've ever had.
He's the most decorated champion in WWE history. It's an overpassing edge for most championships. Like this man has like 60 championships. It's if you count the 24/7 championships, it's crazy. Yeah, it was a fun match. You didn't touch on the entrances. Truth getting a haircut.
With no hair?
With no hair. You see the barber trying to cut his scalp with scissors. And Priest just walked in and is like, what are you doing? All right, so towards the end of the match, the MFTs are doing the cheating thing. Uncle Howdy eventually hits the thing, and they hit. He hits Solo with the mandible claw. The MFTs, of course, fight him off, and then decide, oh, screw the championships. We need to make sure we save the lantern, right? So they take the lantern, they run away, and then Truth hits attitude adjustment for the win.
Yeah,
Truth hits attitude adjustment for the win. So the question is, and Damian Priest's face is like, did we just really win the championship?
That's my next note. 100% he did not know they were winning. 100%. Because if you watch him in the background, his face lit up. He was like, 100% he did not know. They probably told him, hey, this is the match, blah, 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 blah. That's it. But they didn't say who was winning the match. They said that we'll end it with Truth and leave it there. Because he was shocked, my boy. And that was not acting.
So Truth and Damian Priest, the Odd Couple tag team, are your new WWE men's tag team champions.
In their third match together.
They've had matches together at the Judgment when they were in the Judgment Day.
They don't count those. They're saying in their third match together as of becoming a tag team.
Okay. Yeah, so. Yeah, Truth and Priest won the tag team. Here's my note. Because we got I think the next...
Before I forget, and Truth hits the stunner now?
I don't know, man. Truth is a created character. He's Shane McMahon 2001. Yeah, he's hitting everybody's finishing moves. That leads me into my next match, which is Fraxium and Motor City Machine Guns. What the hell are we doing with this tag division?
First off, no, you skipped a backstage.
No, I know. I'm just saying because it's the backstage where Danhausen's with Johnny Gargano.
No, I'm not up to that.
Then which one are we talking about?
This was the Bellas.
I don't care. I don't even recall it.
The Bellas were giving an interview, blah, 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 blah. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss walk up with their ice cream. And then they're talking mess. The only reason I have it is because in my note I said I watched that entire thing twice, and not once did they even take a little taste of that goddamn ice cream. It was filled to the top. It was filled to the top.
I watched it and I was just like, I don't care. They both have ice cream. I just like, it doesn't matter. Then they announced Bellas were going to get tag team championship match later. You knew the Bellas weren't going to win. You knew it was going to be a wonk finish because I've been saying for months on this podcast, we're going to get a multi-team women's tag team match at WrestleMania. Like it. Well, because later Nia Jax and Lash Legend cut a promo and they literally said, "Not if it's gonna. It doesn't matter if it's the Bellas. It doesn't matter if it's Alexa and Charlotte. It doesn't matter if it's the Kabuki Warriors, or it doesn't matter if it's Lyra and Bayley." They mentioned all of those teams in their promo. Yeah. So we're going to get all of those teams involved in the women's tag team title match at Mania.
Makes sense. Because, again, you want to get as much of your stars jam-packed into the show.
And you don't want Bayley.
Every match you have is about 3 minutes long.
No. This is 2 nights. They'll get time. And you want to make sure Bayley doesn't quit, making sure she doesn't have a second straight WrestleMania not being on the card.
True.
All right,
Fanhausen, go.
So we had the backstage going into the next match because it was Johnny Gargano laying on a box again, and Candice LeRae is there, and Danhausen walks up or pops up behind the box, and Candice LeRae asks him, "Do you think he's cursed? Can you reverse it?" And Danhausen's like, "Yeah. Do you have $20 human dollars?"
The fact that he said
human dollars, and so Candice goes into Johnny's pocket to take out a 20. Hands it to Danhausen and he says thank you, and then just leaves, just disappears. This man just robbed them, and then left.
So what I love was the camera, because then you see Motor City coming through behind her, and he's like, "No, let's go. You're not gonna stop to talk to Candice," type deal. So they keep walking, and as the camera's following them, you still see Danhausen running down the hallway, and he's just like this.
But if you didn't watch the international feed on Raw. Oh, wow. Same thing happened on Raw during the international feed when they turned it into black.
No, I know. I saw that.
Oh, on Raw they turned it into black.
That in my notes, every time this man disappears, you eventually see him running off,
which is a great gimmick. I
love it.
It's awesome. How you've been sending me a bunch of stuff on TikTok that I had seen a day before. Like everything you send me, I've seen already. So Danhausen with the Stone Cold, with the Steve Cold thing, hilarious. The Danhausen Instagram where the Miz is asking the guy, "How do I not have a shirt?"
Sure. And then the guy
and then he goes, "Danhausen's been here for 3 weeks and he has a shirt already." And he goes, "No, he has 5." And this dude is so over right now. He got another segment later, which is just amazing. I need him to have a match. And it can be a comedy match. He doesn't need to do anything. Have him versus somebody. Have him curse that person in the middle of the match. Danhausen doesn't need to get one wrestling move in. Danhausen can get his ass beat the entire match. But have the middle of the match. Have Danhausen cowering in the corner, curse the person. The guy accidentally hit a turnbuckle, hit a shoulder on something, and Danhausen get a roll-up victory because of the curse in the middle of the match. Something. Put Danhausen in the ring.
That'd be dope.
So Alex Shelley, as you were alluding to, went to stop at Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
And Chris Sabin's like, "No, we have a match to worry about."
Which will come into play later.
So, during the match.
Yeah.
This was a very good match because both these tag teams are very good.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I say this all the time. Fraxium, they work at 1.5 warp speed, and even in their advanced age in the 40s, Motor City Machine Guns are one of the tag team innovators. They do such great work. But Candice LeRae comes out and stands at the stage,
which is funny because I actually saw her coming down before they even spotted her. Like I saw her and she was just like doing this crazy walk coming down.
Yeah,
I was just like, who's that lady? And then like maybe like a segment later, that's when they showed her.
Yeah. So yeah, Candice makes her way out. Eventually, Nathan Frazier like goes for a move and misses, but he's got his head out halfway outside the ring. Candice hits a punch on Nathan Frazier, and Chris Sabin rolls him up for the 3 count. Chris had seen what Candice did. Alex Shelley did not, which is a weird storytelling device because she's helping the team maybe to think that they'll help get her husband out of the funk moving forward. But the guy who wants nothing to do with her husband was the guy who got
the win.
Who got the win and took advantage of her interference.
Yeah. Who also didn't even know that she interfered, because from his angle, he wouldn't have seen that.
No, Chris saw it. Alex didn't.
Which one's the one that has a problem with?
That's Chris Sabin.
Chris Sabin's the one that got the pin.
Yes, Alex Shelley is the one who wants to help Johnny Gargano. Yes. He was the one that was confused on what happened.
Yes, he was confused. No, he was confused. He saw what happened.
Oh, Alex saw it. Chris missed it.
Alex saw it. Chris didn't, because from his angle, he got the pin, and he's all celebrating, while the other one was outside the ring, and he caught it.
All right, I got it backwards. Okay, yeah. So
he looked like perplexed, like, wait, what?
Why is she out here helping us?
So what I wrote down for my notes, I said, what the does this mean? I was like, maybe this is going to be a faction.
Okay, that makes more sense if Alex saw Candice help, because Alex has been the one trying to help Johnny.
Yes.
So Candice would come out to help them. That makes more sense than what I thought had happened, because what I thought had happened made no sense. I'm like, why would Chris Sabin be taking advantage of? Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, but my point is do they create a faction?
No.
You don't think so?
I can see it as a faction. I think it's more likely Johnny Gargano quits and goes to AEW. Wow. I'm just saying. I just...
Okay. My Lord.
Can we talk about the Ricochet controversy from this week?
Oh, well, you can leave that for last. After we get
Okay, we'll do that after the thing.
But you also missed a segment.
Okay, what segment?
Sami Zayn and Trick Williams.
Oh, we'll talk about that right now. I know we don't have to do everything in chronological order. All right, Sami Zayn is getting ready for
my notes.
But I didn't miss that segment because that comes up after.
No, it didn't. It came up before.
That comes up after Randy Orton speaks.
It came up before City Machine Guns had their match.
Okay. Well, I'm scrolling through this thing. It says Fraxium versus Motion Machine Guns. It's 4 out of 10. Viper speaks, and then I got Aleister Black versus Sami Zayn. Maybe they spoke in the match later. Well, whatever. We'll talk about it now. Yeah. So Sami's in the back getting interviewed by Kathy Kelly. We talked about it ad nauseum, how Sami is going through a crisis of confidence. So Sami's been perennial good guy for his entire run in WWE, except for that short term he was in the Artist Collective with him and Shinsuke Nakamura and Claudio Castagnoli and whatever heels. He was perennial good guy. So Sami is basically saying, I respect Cody and I respect Randy, but it seems like everything is on its head around here in WWE right now. Cody, as much as I don't like how he got the championship opportunity, Cody's always trying to do the best he can do. He's always trying to be good for everybody. And Randy last week, as much as I respect him, he did something I don't like. But at the end of the night, he was the one with the WWE Championship in his hands. So maybe things aren't as. Maybe I need to reevaluate what I'm doing. So he's contemplating heel turn or character change or gimmick change in himself because he sees that being what he has always wanted to be, underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn, is not working for him. And everybody else who's cutting corners, whether it be Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton or who's the CM Punk, I'm not count him, but everybody else who's doing selfish things are getting ahead of him. Mm-hmm. So as he's talking that way, Trick Williams shows up. And we all talk about selfish people. Trick Williams is awesome. I love Trick. He said, Sammy, I faced last week and no one. Wait, was that a different segment?
No.
Was there two Trick Williams segments? No, it was the Sami Zayn when he says everybody says I can't, that they're afraid of Jacob Fatu. But I went in there last week and beat Jacob Fatu because I'm Trick Willie. And you know, Sammy, you got to learn how to make take lemons and turn them into. He could have said lemonade. He goes, you got to take lemons and turn them into lemon pepper steppers. Just like it's dude.
So the only note I have this. The fact that when you get a shape up.
Yes.
Trick Williams had nothing but white lines all over his goddamn face, outlining where he got his shape up.
He literally went to the barber.
Literally, because just came from the barber right before
they have an in-house barber in the arena. Like,
oh, do they?
Yeah, of course.
Oh well, whatever. The point is, he had lines all over his face, and I couldn't even get past that.
Yeah, that's like every. Same thing with NBA and NFL teams. They have in-house barbers. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah, they have an in-house barber for WWE. Probably same room that the women are getting their hair colored. Yeah, so he probably just came from the barber. But Sammy gets in his face. It's a lot of the same thing. Sammy just tells him, we could do this right here, right now. And Strick's like, whoa. I just want to tell you, I'm going to be out there for your match tonight. I want a first-hand look at what's going on. Mm-hmm. So Sammy goes, and Sammy really gets in his face. He goes, take a good look. And so he goes out for his match. Well, later he goes out for his match. Randy Orton comes out. He cuts a promo basically saying everything I said last week he was going to say. And here's the thing. Randy Orton did everything last week to turn heel. That crowd was behind him 100%.
All through the night.
All through the night. So he sits. And here's another thing. Are we set to believe that WWE only has one steel chair? What? Please tell me you have that in your notes. What? Because Randy goes to the timekeeper's area and grabs the steel chair. Mm-hmm. And he looks at it really hard, and it still has a dent in it from last week when he hit Cody with it. You didn't notice that?
No.
It still had the dent in the top of the chair. So that's why he left with it, because it symbolizes what he did.
Wow.
So Randy takes a seat, and he basically says, I love Cody. Cody's my brother. Now, here's the thing. Before I go move further into the thing, if we're wrestlers, if we're in real life, and me and you are going for something, anything in life,
okay,
and I do something to physically harm you,
okay,
to take you out where you have to be stretchered out of the arena and leave in an ambulance.
Stretchered is crazy. Continue.
Stretchered out and leave in an ambulance. And I show up next week or wherever else in a t-shirt that still has your blood on it.
Was that not A graphic? I thought that was just a new shirt.
No.
That's the same shirt.
You have to go. That's the same shirt. You have to go back and watch the beatdown from last week. When he left, there was blood all over his shirt. That's the same shirt.
It just looked like new. Like
it looked like they took his RKO everybody's shirt and is like, oh, Cody bled on this shirt, so let's put red on the thing.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean. Like I show up in a t-shirt with your blood on it next week. I'm not allowed to sit anywhere and say, I love him like a brother. Like, this man. But he sits there and he says everything I said he was going to say last week. That Cody said to me during once the match happens, I want the Viper. Yeah. I want the guy who listens to the voices in his head. I want the guy who does not care. I want the 14-time. I want the best version of Randy Orton. I want the 14-time heavyweight champion.
Yeah, he calls.
And when he said it last week, he unlocked the punt kicking 14-time legend killer Randy Orton. So and all this while he's getting cheered, and he goes, "I'm going to go into WrestleMania. I'm going to become 15-time champion." Because my legacy, and again, he kept saying legacy because that's the name of the group him and Cody were in. My legacy is not going to be who I inspired. My legacy is not going to be. Oh, he also talks about how he smiles every time he takes a picture or signs an autograph for kids, but those are empty smiles.
Wow.
He did everything to try to become a heel, and they did not care. He goes, it's not going to be the pictures I took with fans. It's not going to be anything. It's going to be how many championships I won. So he goes, I'm going to go into WrestleMania and I'm going to walk out the 15-time heavyweight champion. Mm-hmm. I really think he is, because they're going to push him chasing Cena thing by the time he's done. So he leaves. And then later in the show, LA Knight doppelganger Matt Cardona, who just loves to hang out with bald-headed Apollo Crews in the back, just gets in his face, and he goes, Randy, what are you doing? What you did to Cody was not cool. I've known you both for 20 years, and you and Cody are like brothers. Obviously, Matt Cardona and Cody are like best friends, because you and Cody are like brothers. And Randy yells at him. This is hilarious. I hope you put this in your notes. Randy yells at him, what are you talking about? Who are you to step to me? Don't you have some action figures to go play with? Because that's a podcast he does with Brian Myers where they go action figure hunting. He goes, don't you have some action figures to go play with, you mark-ass stooge, you indie stooge? And he goes, I can't deal with this right now. And he leaves and he blasts Matt Cardona in the face. I thought this was hilarious. I'm like, oh, Randy. But you can really see in that segment, Randy fighting his demons. It's like, oh, he's going for it. He's just going for everything. Notes?
Nope.
Okay. Later in the show, we got Matt Cardona walking up.
You got what? You broke up. For some reason, I can't hear you. I can see you. I could see you going, ah! He said, hold on. Something happened. Something disconnected. Oh. I heard you for a second. Nope.
I think you can hear me now.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah, some reason my microphone disconnected.
Okay.
Matt Cardona walks up to Nick Aldis telling him he wants a one-on-one match with Randy. Yep. Nick Aldis is like, are you kidding me? Look at everything I got going on right now. I got Drew and Jacob fighting all over the place. Basically, I was really all he had going on at that point. Mm-hmm. He goes, the answer is no. And then you see Drew and Jacob. No, it's later. I keep thinking. So he leaves. Then we get Alistair versus Sammy.
No, didn't that continue into Carmelo?
Yes, that continues to Carmelo. Carmelo walks up, and Carmelo says, "Hey, why did you say the open challenge is closed tonight?" And he goes, because somebody came to me and made a really compelling argument to why they needed a championship opportunity. And they have a great match, don't get me wrong. So Ilya walks up. It was. Ilya walks up to Carmelo in full gear and says, he says, you were right. I needed to be the warrior. I needed to get my warrior spirit back. And tonight it'll be me challenging you. And Carmelo says, that's what I wanted to hear. And tonight it will be pain or something like that. And he goes, and Ilya says, yes, but the pain will be on you, or pain will be yours, or some shit like that.
The pain will be the entertainment, and then this this guy was like, the pain is gonna be, it's gonna be yours or mine, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So they have that match later. But Aleister Black, Sami Zayn have a match. Trick Williams comes out to be at the beginning of the match. Trick is standing on the announce desk the entire match. He's walking, yelling into the ring, getting the crowd to chant "Walk Back Trick" the entire time. At one point, he's doing this, just like, oh god, he's pantomiming having sex. What is happening? And Sammy's the whole time not paying attention to Aleister. So Aleister throws it. Sammy leaves the ring. The ref is counting till 10, and I'm thinking, okay, Sammy's gonna forget about this match and get counted out because Trick had thrown water on Sammy's back as he was trying to get back into the ring. And so Sammy's like, screw this, and starts beating down Trick. When the ref gets to 9, he gets into the ring. Aleister hits Black Mass, and then the camera looks at him and it's like, I just thought carrying cross the entire time when he and he goes, Sammy, and he pins him for the 3 count, and Trick is just laughing at him. So yeah, this is more. We're gonna get Zayn and Williams at some point soon again. I don't know if this will be their Mania match. I can see this being a Mania match.
I just wrote in my notes, Aleister finally gets a win. What do you want me to say? It's true.
Why did we sign him back to just make him a side note in somebody else's feud?
Yep.
And to give him somebody else's gimmick.
Yep.
So my highlight of the night, I was half joking about this last week. I'm joking. I was half joking about this last week. Oh, I got to send you a picture. I'm going to send it to you right now as I'm talking. Jade Cargill comes out. Jade Cargill gets in the ring. Jade says, hey, I can cut a long promo, but no one wants to see that. Rio, we know your ass is in the back. Get your butt out here. And I just sent it to you. What's up? And I did that while I was on the toilet at work. And we'll get into that in a second because you're shaking your head because, yeah. So Rhea comes out. Jade says to Rhea, everybody's saying I should be afraid of you. No. And Rhea says, let me cut you off right there. Were we just going to talk or did you call me out here to fight? Like, there's a reason there's a reason we don't like you because yes, you're here and you're champ. Oh no, because Jade tells her I'm champion, but I don't need this title. I'm a star regardless, but you need this championship. And Rhea's like, you're right. I do need that championship. And I got versions of Hangman versus Punk because I could wait for Rhea to say, I'm trying to take that championship to protect it away from you, is what I wanted her to say. She goes, no, I've been in this industry and fighting in this industry since I was 16 years old because I love it. And you are just here because whatever. And Jade rebuts because I'm a star. I don't need this title. So Rhea asks her to fight. Jade says, No, on my time we'll fight. So she leaves the ring. Mia Yim and B-Fab come out. And Jade takes like 2 steps back, and then she turns her back on Mia Yim and B-Fab. And I was like, oh crap. Please don't. Mia Yim and B-Fab do the shield saltering around the ring. And they get in the ring. And we talked about how B-Fab was talking to Jade in the back last week. Why do we need this? SmackDown logic. We had months of Mia Yim trying to take the title off of Jade Cargill.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, after getting her ass beat last week by Jade Cargill,
yep,
B-Fab has one conversation with Jade.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they're aligned with her.
Yep.
Why?
Make it make sense.
Again, I was joking about it last week, saying Jade needs baddies again. I didn't actually think they were going to do it. Or if they were going to do it, I would have thought B-Fab would have turned on Mia Yim to align herself with Jade.
Yeah.
That would have made sense. The fact that Mia Yim joined Jade makes 0 sense.
Mm-hmm.
None.
Especially after that beatdown she got the other week.
The only thing Mia said to Rhea was, I would be facing you for the championship if Jade didn't hurt my shoulder months ago. Jade hurt your shoulder months ago. Why are you still going to fight with her, alongside her? This better not be a, hey, this is only a temporary alliance so the Jade can beat Rhea at Mania, and then I'm guaranteed a title shot from Jade after Mania. Like, that doesn't make sense.
None of this makes sense, good sir. They should have 0 beef with Rhea, and they should have all the beef with Jade.
WWE is a $9 billion company, $21 billion with their TKO partnership with UFC. Why are we ripping off storylines from AEW?
Yeah.
Because this is the same thing AEW did with Red Velvet and Jade when she was TBS champion. She beat down Red Velvet for weeks. Kiera Hogan went for the TBS title. She couldn't beat Jade. What happened all of a sudden? Oh, let's put the pretty minority women together behind Jade to make her look like more of a star. Mm-hmm. It's the same exact gimmick. Unless the only thing I can think is you're trying to tell a story of Jade can't beat Rhea one-on-one. She needs to recruit other people to help beat Rhea. And then what's going to happen is Rhea's going to beat her anyway.
I don't think Rhea wins now.
I think Rhea definitely wins. I think Baddies 2.0 try to help her at Mania, and Io Sky gets involved at Mania to help Rhea win. Io takes out both of them too because their WWE 2K26 rating should be a combined 14.
Sure so.
And that's when you get the Rhea holding the championship with one hand, holding Io Sky up with the other hand, celebrating in the middle of the ring, and then they're at WrestleMania.
So
Can you not picture that?
I can picture that.
All right. Then we have the second backstage segment with Danhausen, where Miz is talking to Kit Wilson.
Yes.
And apparently, then this is the moment where we truly are getting this tag team match at Mania. Because Kit Wilson is telling Miz, I have subscribed to the Miz training thing. I don't remember what it is. It ends in zone. It ends in zoned in. That's all I remember. So so Miz tells him, you need to go out to the ring and apply that Miz training program and take care of Jelly Roll. Danhausen shows up, and Miz. Oh no, this is before Miz had told Kit that he was on vacation with his family, and weird things have been happening to him all week. First, his plane flight had been delayed because of weather in Hawaii, which is hilarious because Hawaii doesn't get bad weather. Then he goes, I got a middle seat. Miss, you're flying with your family. You and Maurice and 2 kids. How do you have a middle seat?
In between the 2.
No, you put yourself on the window, you put 1 kid in your lap, and then you put Maurice in the aisle seat and you put one of the kids in the middle seat. He made it seem like he was stuck between 2 big old fatties.
No, I get it.
But it made no sense. He goes, I got stuck in a middle seat. And then he said something else. And then Denhausen just shows up. And he reminds him that he's cursed. He goes, I don't believe he curses. And Denhausen teleports away. 1 ladder almost falls over and it scares the Miz. And then he walks off and a second ladder almost falls over and hits the Miz.
No, the second one hit him.
Oh, the second one hit him. Okay. I was washing dishes during this one. I just heard the ladder. I'm like, oh, okay. Just like, what is happening?
He said, stay cursed.
Stay cursed. Yeah. So then we get Melo and Dragunov. Fantastic match. They kick out of each other's finishers. There's a spot where one of them hits first 48, one of them hits H-bomb, one of them reverses something into something else. And
it was just a ridiculous match.
It was just a ridiculous match. Carmelo eventually gets the win by roll-up because Dragunov hit Constantine's special, I think it's called, the headbutt. I don't know. He's got too many names for all of his moves. Maybe Constantine's special is the Dean Ambrose clothesline off the ropes. It doesn't matter. He hit the flying headbutt. Oh, Torpedo Moscow. That's what it's called. He hit Torpedo Moscow headbutt and then goes for powerbomb. And Carmelo reverses the powerbomb into a code red and holds him down for the 3 count on a sunset flip. Fantastic match. I like the fact that he did not finish him again with either first 48 or the leg drop off the top rope. Nothing but that. And he kind of had to escape with his championship. We're going to get this match at Mania in the middle of probably Sunday Night Mania. And these 2 guys will have put on a banger at Mania for the blow-off. But this was great. This is like match 4 on the main roster between the 2 of them.
Yeah. Match
9 in all total, I think, going back to NXT. But these guys have amazing chemistry. Fantastic match. I used to say Vince used to book matches week in, week out because he was going senile and forget that he was booking matches all the time. But give me these 2 guys. Just give me these 2 guys every couple weeks. It doesn't have to be every week. Once a month, if you want to give me Carmelo and Dragunov for 15 minutes, they find new ways to make the matches compelling. And
it's true, but I don't want it that frequently either. I don't want one.
You know what we do need once a month? A slam poetry battle between Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll. Hold on, can you give me 20 seconds to look up Kit Wilson's slam poetry?
No.
Because he was at... Did you take notes on it?
No.
Okay.
The only thing that stuck up was when Jelly Roll said, I don't need to find my...
So Kit Wilson tells him, all right, he calls out Jelly Roll, and then he tells him, I don't fight with my fists. I fight with my words. And then he pulls out his poetry book. And then Jelly Roll asks him, he's like, oh, you want to have a rap battle? And he goes, don't compare me to those rappers. This is a poetry slam. So that he basically I really wish you'd let me look it up. He says, he drops a line that Ozempic, you dropped 300 pounds. We found out Ozempic really works. You lost all that weight and you could finally see your little Willie.
And then he said, I don't need to see my Willie. Your mother does it for me.
Yeah, he said, and then Jelly Roll goes, you don't need to see my Willie. Your mother does it for me. And yes, I had a fat belly, and your mother knows this because I put my belly on her back, or something like that. And then, so then Kit gets pissed off, hits Jelly Roll, beats him down, hits him with like this beautiful corkscrew elbow drop off the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
And he stands over Jelly Roll. And we're going to get some sort of tag match at Mania. Bleacher Report, I would love this. Bleacher Report says, we would put money on this leading to Wilson and The Miz versus Jelly Roll and Danhausen at Mania.
That'd be cool.
Who's going to do the work? Like, if it's Wilson and The Miz, who on the team of Jelly Roll and Danhausen is going to do the wrestling work?
You got Danhausen saying that he's going to do all the work, and then he does none of the work, and you leave it up to Jelly Roll, and then Danhausen does that whole curse thing you came up with. That's how they went.
I guess. But that's going to be terrible. I still think it should be Royski's.
It should be.
In a match that no one asked for, nor wanted, nor did I pay any attention to. The Irresistible Forces faced the Bella Twins for the Tag Team Championships. Actually, let's talk about I skipped the MFT match.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
No, we talked about that earlier. They lost.
Talk about the match. But the backstage.
Let's talk about the backstage now. So then we have the backstage segment, because I was just thinking that. With the backstage segment where Solo is looking distraught. Everybody looks distraught. And then he yells at them. He goes, "You guys let me down. You guys lost our tag team championships. It's all your fault." And Thomas stands up to him. Thomas stands up and looks at him and says, "It's all our fault." No. And without saying, "You're obsessed with this thing," he goes, "You need to give the lantern back to the Wyatts.
Mm-hmm.
You need to give the lantern back to the Wyatts. Because right now, you're starting to sound like Roman." And Solo is pissed. Which I thought
was a great line.
Great line.
And then they messed it up by having Drew and
Jacob
and just start
because Solo
each other again.
Solo responding to him in that moment would have been great.
Yep.
But then Drew and Jacob just come running past them, just start fighting against the thing.
I hope to God they don't break up the MFT, because they're better than the Wyatt Six.
They'll break up the MFT before they break up the Wyatt Six.
Which is stupid.
Tama will get over as a single star, while no one in the Wyatts has a singles opportunity. They would fire all 5 of them before one of them becomes a star. I'm just saying, not a single one of them has the chops to be a single star.
My man said, "Fire all 5."
And I love Nikki Cross. I thought she could be a star, as long as you're not putting her in a cape and putting a butterfly on her chest. I liked Dexter Lumis as serial killer Dexter Lumis, who would just kidnap people and torment them with pictures in NXT. Eric Rowan, this is attempt number 3 in WWE to try to get him over. Joe Gacy is literally a pudgier version of Bray Wyatt, but without the connectivity. Mm-hmm. And Bo Dallas is just doing the same Bray Wyatt impression. Like, there's nothing there to make you care for any single person in this group.
I understand that.
They're just an entrance.
But I would rather release all 5 of them than break up the MFT. I'm sorry. I need the MFT away from the Wyatt Six. That's what I need.
I can see them going on as the 4 of them without Tama. I can see Tama going on as singles by himself. And then, because I don't see, as much as I love Jeff Cobb, I don't see JC Mateo in WWE being anything. I don't see Tonga Loa doing anything in WWE. Maybe Tonga. Maybe you push him as a single star. Solo is a star, but he needs the group. But I can see one of them leaving. All right, let's talk about this match. She's been away. We got a graphic saying this is the first tag team match these two women, the sisters have had since 2018. In 8 years away, Brie Bella has still not learned how to wrestle.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Nikki is passable. Brie is horrendous.
That is wow.
So, before the first commercial break, Charlotte and Alexa make their way out to the ring. They take the seats to watch the match, just the same way the Bellas watched the match last week. Nikki did a lot of the heavy lifting. Nikki and Nia did a lot of the heavy lifting in this match.
Yeah.
Towards the end, Nikki has the STF on Lash.
Yes.
That's another thing. If I'm Nikki Bella, I'm not using any of John Cena's moves. I don't want people to remember that I was associated with John Cena. She has the STF locked in. Nia grabs the championship belt. The STF in WWE is his move.
They call it the Bella Lock. Did you not hear commentary?
Not even a little bit. Go ahead. I paid very little attention to this match except to look up and be like, oh crap, Brie just missed a dropkick. Oh crap, Nikki just hit a double axe handle off the top rope because there's no athleticism to either of them.
I can't with you.
So Nia's going to hit Brie with the belt when Brie is standing next to the ring steps. Charlotte gets in front of Nia to stop her. All she had to do was stand there and prevent Nia. But no, Charlotte decides to hit forearms, to blast her with forearms, getting the disqualification. Nikki gets in Charlotte's face. They start fighting. Alexa and Brie start fighting on the interior, on the inside of the ring. Eventually, Nia and Lash get into the ring, and it's a repeat of last week. The heels stand tall over the four baby faces, if that's what you want to call the Bellas, and beat everybody down. Yeah. I did like that double team drop kick that Lash and Nia hit onto Charlotte Flair, but she was holding her for Nia. Yeah, we're gonna get
that 17 team.
That 17 team
at Mania.
Yeah, I'm just reading about the Bleacher Report's review that says when Nikki hit a crossbody from the top rope, she didn't jump. She dove at her opponents.
She did though. Did not jump at all.
Nia and Nikki had a very slow sequence earlier in the match. It looked like they were practicing more than wrestling. So yeah. Then we got a backstage where we saw Randy on the phone with mysterious person on the phone again. And he says, thank you for calling.
Before that, you get it's the Jelly Roll and Randy Orton one.
Oh yeah, and we had Jelly Roll go to Nick Aldis and say, what kind of clown show are you doing here? I want Kit Wilson as soon as possible. And Nick Aldis makes the match for next week. So next week we have a singles match, Jelly Roll versus Kit Wilson in a singles match. So yeah, we did have the backstage of Randy and Jelly Roll, but that was before Jelly Roll had got out and got beaten up by Kit Wilson. Jelly Roll was telling Randy, Randy, you're better than this. I don't even recognize this person. When you walk around these locker rooms, there's a reason people look up to you, because even though you fought your demons. And here's the thing. I understand Jelly Roll is a former criminal, as Kit Wilson has talked about. I understand Jelly Roll is a former alcoholic, and he talks about it in a lot of his music, and he talks about his demons and his sobriety and everything else. But to look at Randy Orton, who's a 6'5", 280-pound, jacked physical Adonis, and to tell him, you need to fight your inner demons, Randy, because you've beaten those demons before. And you need to fight those demons because those demons cannot control you. It sounded like he was literally in AA telling Randy Orton, "This is a 12-step program, Randy." No, like, and Randy should have just been like, "I understand, Jelly. I appreciate you, but sometimes me listening to those inner demons made me the man who I am and made me the 14-time champion. And I haven't held WWE gold since I silenced those demons. So the reason you respect me and know my name is because I was that asshole that you're saying
I'm glad
you don't recognize."
That was stupid.
I'm just saying. But that's the promo Randy can be cutting right now.
Okay, but who cares? That didn't make any sense. The point is that Jelly Roll hit him with a bunch of like crazy wisdom right then and there. And I love the fact because then had he rebutted with your crap, it wouldn't have made sense later what happens. It made way more compelling the fact that he was like listening to him. He's like, "You're right." And so on and so forth. For like really
when he attacks Matt Cardona. Exactly. I agree.
If he would have done your bit, I would have been like, "What? Okay, I saw this coming." Whatever. The whole point was to set this up for us to be blindsided again.
Did you not see it coming when Matt Cardona came out to the ring? Like he wasn't gonna.
But it played better this way, the way that they actually did it.
So Matt Cardona comes. So yes, Randy Orton's on the phone with mysterious person. He goes, "Yeah, you're right. I do need to fix it." So he goes out to the ring. He calls Matt Cardona out.
No,
he tells
him, it. You're skipping one. In between that, because those two things are separate.
What am I skipping?
Julia and...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Julia and Kiana. And Julia yells at Kiana saying, "You lost the match last week, and now I have to defend my championship against Tiffany Stratton."
Yeah.
Next week. So next week on SmackDown, we're going to get
appreciate how Kiana James is talking back to Julia when she's supposed to be her representative. She works for her.
Yes.
Like they continue to blur that line as if they're somehow equals or some crap, and I hate it. But then after that, you get Chelsea Green. Which
I know, but that was before the tag team match. Yeah. Chelsea Green rolls up, and then Nia just rolls her out of the frame again.
But also colliding into Alba Fire.
Yeah,
and they both just off screen. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh God. So yeah, then we have Randy come out. He calls out Matt Cardona. He tells Matt Cardona, "You're right. I apologize for how I treated you. I apologize for how I treated Cody last week. We are friends." And he gives him a pound, he gives him a hug, and then Randy's whispering something in his ear. And then when they disengage, he hits him with a low blow. He hits Matt Cardona with an RKO. He throws him outside the ring. He grabs the steel steps. It looked like he was going to do to Matt what he did to Cody last week. All of the SmackDown officials come out. You saw Jamie Noble, you saw Kenny Dykstra, you saw everybody come out, and all the referees come out. Randy grabs a chair. They calm him down for a second. Randy throws him in the ring. Randy grabs a chair. Randy puts the chair around Matt Cardona's arm. And then, here's the thing. As he's doing all of this, as he put the chair around his arm, there's about 15 people. I didn't count, but there's about 15 dudes there between indie security wrestlers, former WWE wrestlers, Nick Aldis, who's still jacked to all gills, referees. All of y'all could just hold Randy Orton so that way he doesn't do anything.
Yes.
They wait until he puts the chair on Matt's arms to hit the ring.
They do this to stop him.
Yeah, they wait till he puts a chair around Matt Cardona's arm. He gets then they get in the ring. They all hold him. Randy is doing the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking up at the sky, trying to calm down. Yeah. When they think he's calmed, when they think he's calmed down, they let him go.
Yeah,
Randy pushes one. Did you not see what he did to Cody last week? This is the man who punt kicked John Cena Sr. He kicked old man Ric Flair. He made out with Stephanie McMahon while Triple H watched in the middle of the ring.
How many times you can bring
that up? He broke into Triple H's house while Triple H's kids were home. Like, this man is a menace. Randy Orton is a menace, bro. So he pushes one of the indie wrestlers, stomps on the chair, Pillmanizing Matt Cardona, because that's what Stone Cold did to Brian Pillman, so it's called Pillmanizing. And then they force him out of the ring, and then the entire time he's walking back, watching what he did, telling security, "Don't touch me." Nah, bro, we're gonna touch you. We're gonna hold you away from this ring so that way you don't kill this man. Yeah. But while he's saying, this is the compelling part, while he's saying, "Don't touch me," he's staring at Nick Aldis the whole time. So Nick Aldis is in a feud with both Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton at the same time, and we're not gonna get a payoff. He's feuding with two of his main stars, and then while they're trying to get Randy, here's another thing. I hope you have this in your notes. As they're trying to get Randy to the back, you see the Tron change.
Yes.
And Drew McIntyre
and they left Randy.
They left Randy.
Could have easily ran back to the ring and beaten down.
That's what I was about to say.
Cardona.
They left him. Everybody who was there to protect Matt Cardona sees what's happening in the back and says, "Oh shit, screw LA Knight's doppelganger. We're gonna go see what's happening back here," and left Randy Orton. Like, he's not gonna go out there and just beat the crap out of him with a chair.
I thought that was so stupid, the logic there. As if they don't have a whole nother group of extras in the back that could have went.
So we get to the back, and Drew and Jacob are fighting on the other side of a fence that's not bigger than Nick Aldis, for about 45 seconds.
Yep.
I'm watching this, and I'm saying, all of y'all can climb this fence. Y'all can climb this fence and go help them and save them. But no, y'all are just watching what's happening. Them two beat the crap out of each other until the point where Drew, I think Jacob hits a headbutt on Drew. He like 4 headbutts, and then Drew's falling off, grabs Drew's shirt. Drew grabs Jacob's shirt, and they both fall off, apparently to the concrete floor that's on the other side of the thing. You know, there was a crash pad there, but to the concrete floor. And then Nick Aldis yells, "Somebody go get medical! Somebody go get medical!" Bro, you are the worst general manager I have ever seen. Like, Adam Pearce on Raw, as much as shit's going crazy over there, at least Adam Pearce is trying to keep the peace. Nick Aldis is out here. No one respects you at all. He's still, twice in the last couple years, Randy Orton has hit him with RKOs, and Randy Orton has just given him a $10,000 check for fines. Like, we never got that payoff. Like, everybody's out here running amok saying, Nick's not going to do nothing. This entire show was just, we need to get to Mania. Everybody hates We were supposed to get Jacob versus Drew in a match, and these guys said, "F the match. We're just gonna fight everywhere." Like,
yeah. This was a cluster F of a show, and I loved it, but I hated it at the same time. The things they put us through.
Could be AEW. You could be watching matches with syringes.
No, I'm good.
Or we could be watching coffin matches where Darby Allin is biting the nose of people.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm good. But that was SmackDown. That was the good old SmackDown.
I wouldn't say good. I'd say it was entertaining and comedic at points.
And again, without trying to be. Like there were some parts that were like they were trying to be with the Danhausen stuff and things like that. Yes. R-Truth. But other than that, this show was not meant to be as funny as it was.
Absolutely.
This show is doing crazy stuff. But yeah. Any final thoughts?
No, let's just get to the Monday Night Raw preview. I got nothing for this show. I gave you all my thoughts. All right, 17 hours ago. This is from ProWrestling.net. We got this is what the show is. World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk appears. Roman Reigns appears. Brock Lesnar appears. Jimmy and Jay versus Logan Paul and Austin Theory for the World Tag Team Championships.
Okay. So one match and then a bunch of people showing up. Got it.
Well, assume we're going to get Brock getting the one-up on Oba this week.
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for us then. So, as always, you guys can catch us on Amazon Music, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, and iHeartRadio, and our personal TikToks. You have something?
No, I was gonna say, did you ever finish watching Rated Reyes?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, hit us with the news that you wanted to talk about earlier. Ricochet.
I do. Oh, Ricochet! Did you see the controversy surrounding Ricochet?
Yes, the MS statement.
So Ricochet tweeted at somebody who was giving him crap online
about his acting. No.
About his acting, and he said to the person, "I'm happy you got MS," which is a crazy lie.
Super crazy.
So people were going at him, giving death threats to him and Samantha.
Yeah.
And first of all, Ricochet's a heel. He's done this before. He's talked about crazy stuff on his Twitter. Mm-hmm. And I understand talking about somebody's physical ailments that somebody has no control over is maybe stepping a line too far.
Yeah.
But don't go on. If you're a part of the IWC, don't go online and give anybody death threats. But here's the thing. Ricochet was forced to apologize. And I want to pull up the apology because I want to get it verbatim.
I was told they did not force him to apologize. He apologized on his own.
No, he apologized on his own. He did, AEW and WBD did not force him to apologize. He apologized on his own. But I want to get it verbatim. Because I thought his apology was sincere and also in jest at the same time. It was because he was still being in character because of the controversy of multiple sclerosis. Oh, hold on, let me get it verbatim. Where is the tweet? I saw it the other day. I took out my hatred for the IWC on Sandy and inadvertently others who are affected by MS. She didn't deserve it, and for that I sincerely apologize. Moving forward, I'll do better.
Okay.
Moving forward, when you're talking about somebody who has multiple sclerosis, when I read that line, I'm like, he's still being a dick about it. Because when you're using the words moving forward, I'll do better, that person you're talking about does not have the physical capability to walk forward.
I can understand where you think he's still playing around.
I saw that. I'm like, you could have chose your words so much better. But he apologized and still found a way to put a jab in there. And it went over everybody's heads. Everybody I've heard talk about this, every other wrestling podcast. I'm like, how did no one catch what he just did?
Oh,
maybe it's just my warped sense of mentality that I caught that.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Because he could have said in the future.
In the future. He could have anything else. He purposely chose moving forward. This person cannot walk without crutches attached to themselves.
Diabolical.
And this is why he's great. You have not watched AEW. He is great in AEW playing a heel. He still sucks on the mic, but he plays into the fact that he sucks on the mic because he plays his character so over the top, it's in your face.
All right.
But that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to get that in there because I thought it was hilarious.
That is hilarious. But yeah.
Not the MS.
No, not the MS. Not the MS. But yeah, so we'll leave it at that. And as always, we appreciate you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.